and then also said those other people are no longer assembly people because they vacated their seat and all that, and that that seemed to have given them the power, even though a lot of legal issues are hanging in the air. How it's going to be settled, nobody knows. But for now, there's legitimacy in what they are doing because the court has said so. It's a decision by the State High Court, and if it is vacated tomorrow, then the budget may have been passed, and reverse and business of governance will continue. Reverse that is one good thing that the governor has done, because no amount of gun standing and what will I say, problems, political rascality or whatever that we are finding in the House of Assembly should impede on proper governance in Rivers State. So by any means, the budget is passed. Let governance continue. Then let the judiciary now decide what next. What's your take on that? I hope I've not concluded, but that's my take on that. I don't seem to have concluded.
The issues here are too many.
Too many issues.
They are even too technical. There are issues of law, legality.
Yeah.
We cannot actually do justice to here.
We can't.
But I would want to speak from the background of the people of
Rivers State. Yes.
I think they have a right to live their lives. They do not deserve these politicians, this political class, to hold them to ransom or to bring them down the way they are doing. The budget is passed. I wouldn't know why. It's
5%.
Also said it's 5%. Well, as we know, the 27 have taken flight. Again, that's why I said we have legal issues.
Even their flight is not permanent because I'm sure they are going to court. In their position, I know Section 109 of the Constitution talks about declaring vacant, but they have given reason why they defected. They say there's a problem in the leadership of the party. There's division.
That is what they say. Is that?
It's for the court to prove.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say there are too many legal issues that wouldn't be for us to.
Yes,
we wouldn't be able to.
Even the sitting of the assembly and the passing of the budget is also a legal issue. But by the time there's a further legalize or further judicial intervention, we would have had a budget. Go ahead.
We already have.
Yes.
I understand. I think I understand. They have already passed the budget. So I'm sure maybe okay, except that I have not heard where the governor has given us. But whatever it is, what do not know if anything that will come out from the courts tomorrow will nullify that, because this issue of the who of these actions is truly the proper one.
Yes.
Like I said, I would like to speak from the side of the people. Now, whatever they are doing shouldn't affect the Rivers people. Did not vote them in to go and pursue whatever
politics,
their own agenda. And I do not believe that what they are doing now is the agenda or is in the agenda of the people or is in the best interest of the people. So, as it were, the people have their lives to live. They have said you to do, and you go there and you are on whatever voyage you have given yourself. I think it shouldn't affect the people. Whether they are 5, they are 2, they are 1, or whatever. I mean, people. The
common man is not interested.
Right. He's not interested. His life has to go on. Now, whatever comes out tomorrow, as to say whether this one is the authentic, the other one is not, or the other one is the authentic, this one is, well, that remains to be seen. But as of today, I think the people of Rivers State, you ask me, the generality of the people of Rivers State, I mean, would want Governor Fubara to continue governing this state, allowing him the environment, right environment, the proper, all that is needed for him to govern the state, and that there be some sort of whatever they want to do. Now, you see, when I still talk about the people, here you are, the people came out to vote for a particular political party. since the Constitution does not recognize individuals, I mean, you must be sponsored by political parties. And then individuals are actually sponsored on that platform. And so, these people all are representatives. This is constitutional representative. I mean, democracy, they say it's democracy and it's constitutional. You are representing a people. The question I keep asking is, these 27 lawmakers who decided to abandon the mandate the people gave to them, I mean, to just leave and go on a different voyage, did they take recourse to the people who they are representing? Did any of these did any of them hold any constituency meeting anywhere and intimate the people? Say, this is where we find ourselves. I think this is where we need to go. And did they have that? That is the ideal thing in this kind of setting. But to the best of my knowledge, that didn't happen. So it means you completely abandon the people and you are on your own. So if what again we have said, there are still legal issues as to what constitutes.
But we are talking about in terms of, moral justification, in terms of real legitimacy, in terms of the people being power belonging to the people.
That is
because the power belongs to the people. When you look at that, but another question comes on the issue of, party manifesto. And the issue of ideology. Why is it that we're having this issue of cross-carpeting all over this country? Is because there are no party ideologies. People don't stand for anything. If you stand for something, you will not just wake up overnight and give it away for one political threat or the other. What's your take on it?
The truth is, politicians are there for their pockets, for self-aggrandizement, for their personal interests. And this is what happens when people have politicians who operate at that level for the interest of it. I have always said on this show that why we have cross-carpeting and rascality because of lack of ideologies, I've always US, the Republicans and Democrats have always used them as an example, and why you have lifelong politicians who belong to a particular political party because of their ideology. But let's come down to the presentation of the budget, 5 laws. I want to look at it from the angle of legality.
Yeah.
How legal is that presentation of budget? And as far as I'm concerned, it's very, very legal. As of yesterday, the court declared it in a speaker. And as long as the speaker stands, holds, and the maze is there, it holds. Do not forget, the 7 lawmakers that refused to come chose not to come. They were not ostracized, they were not stopped from attending this particular city, right? They chose not to come. They chose to abdicate their responsibility. And for me, that's the height of political rascality and irresponsibility. On the other hand, the 5 lawmakers are seated still on the mandate of the people. Now, when this budget is being presented, do not forget, these 27 lawmakers that abdicated their responsibility, they are supposed to be at this hearing because they are supposed to represent their constituency, their people, and to make sure that whatever constituency they are coming from, the interests of the people they represent are covered in those budgets, in that particular budget. They were not there. That is to show you that these politicians do not care about the people. Now let's look at, because there was another case, and that is the case of Chymene declaring their seats, the 27 elected lawmakers declaring their seats vacant. Chymene, according to the right he has as a speaker, has the right to do that, and it stands valid. And not just that, they came on the mandate of the people. When during the electoral process, people did not vote the picture of a person. They did not vote the picture of an individual. The thumbprint was on the logo of the political party. This means, by this singular act, that when I voted and I thumbprinted on Labour Party, it means that I voted that party. And it means that whoever is the representative of that party gets my vote. Now, you do not get to move to another party to occupy a seat given to you on the platform of another party. Constitutionally, it's an aberration.
Well, the Constitution allows that, but there must be a reason for it.
But the reason
Yes.
says there has to be leadership crisis. There is no leadership crisis in Rivers.
That is your own perception. That's your perception.
Do we have factual?
That is your perception. The court will decide that. But the point is that what happened today came at the behest of a court judgment. The passing of the budget is legitimate in that respect. What happens thereafter is something we cannot handle here because it is judiciary. Exactly. There will be legal tussle that we don't know where it's going to end. The only thing I'm very sure of is that this budget has been passed. And governance will continue.
For me, that's the interest of most people. That's what
is paramount to the average man in the street.
In the street.
How they settle their problem is entirely their business.